On the island of Seriphos, there lived a young man named Perseus, son of Zeus, raised by his mother Danae after being cast out to sea as an infant and washing ashore by fate alone. King Polydectes of Seriphos had long desired Danae for himself, but her son Perseus stood between them, fiercely protective and unwilling to allow it. "Your mother refuses my hand once again," Polydectes said coldly, pacing before his throne. "It seems her son believes he has some claim over her future." "My mother makes her own choices," Perseus replied firmly. "She does not answer to you, and neither do I." "Bold words for a fisherman's boy," Polydectes sneered. "Very well then, prove your devotion is worth something. Bring me the head of the gorgon Medusa, and I will trouble your mother no further." The court fell silent. Every man present knew the Gorgon's gaze alone had turned countless warriors to stone before they ever came close enough to strike. "You ask for an impossible thing," one of the king's advisors murmured, "and you know it, my king." "I know exactly what I ask," Polydectes replied with a thin smile. "That is precisely the point." Perseus stood before the court, his pride refusing to let him back down, though doubt gnawed quietly beneath his resolve. "I accept your challenge," Perseus said. "I will return with Medusa's head, or I will not return at all." That night, as Perseus walked alone along the shore, considering the impossible task ahead, a presence he did not expect appeared before him. "You carry a heavy burden for one so young," the goddess Athena said, stepping from the shadows with an owl perched upon her shoulder. "Athena," Perseus said, kneeling immediately, "I did not expect the gods to take notice of my troubles." "Your father is Zeus," Athena replied. "Do you truly believe Olympus is blind to your fate? I have come to offer guidance if you are willing to listen carefully." "I will listen to anything that might keep me alive," Perseus admitted. "Medusa was not always a monster," Athena said, her expression darkening. "She was once a beautiful priestess in my temple, until Poseidon wronged her within its very walls. I cursed her in my fury, and I have long regretted the manner of that punishment, though the curse cannot now be undone." "Then how am I meant to defeat something you yourself created?" Perseus asked. "Never look directly into her eyes," Athena warned. "One glance, and you will turn to stone like all who came before you. Use this shield instead. Its surface is polished to a mirror's finish. Look only at her reflection." Athena placed a gleaming bronze shield into Perseus's hands, its surface catching the moonlight like still water. "This alone will not be enough," Athena continued. "Seek out the Graeae, 3 sisters who share a single eye between them. They alone know the location of the nymphs who guard the tools you will need." Perseus traveled for many days until he found the Graeae, 3 ancient sisters passing a single eye between themselves in an endless bickering ritual. "Give me the eye, sister," one Graeae hissed, reaching blindly. "It is my turn to see." Perseus watched carefully, waiting for the precise moment the eye passed between their grasping hands, exposed and vulnerable. In one swift motion, Perseus snatched the eye from midair before any of the 3 sisters could react. "A mortal has taken our eye!" the Graeae shrieked in unison, clawing blindly at the empty air around them. "I will return it," Perseus said calmly, "the moment you tell me where to find the nymphs who guard the sacred tools." "The nymphs dwell beyond the northern mountains," the Graeae admitted bitterly, defeated. "Now give us back our sight, mortal." Perseus returned the eye as promised and continued his journey north, arriving eventually at the hidden grove of the nymphs. The nymphs, moved by the favor of Athena upon him, gifted Perseus 3 final treasures for his quest. "Take these winged sandals," the lead nymph said, "that you may fly swiftly wherever you need to go." "And this cap of invisibility," another nymph added, gifted by Hades himself, that you might move unseen when needed most. "And a magic satchel," the third nymph said, "large enough to safely carry whatever you must take from the Gorgon's lair, without touching what lies within." Hermes himself appeared briefly to grant one final gift, a curved blade sharp enough to cut through Medusa's cursed scales in a single strike. "With these gifts," Hermes said, "you have everything you need, Perseus. What remains now is only your courage." Wearing the winged sandals, Perseus flew across the sea toward the Gorgon's island, the cap of invisibility tucked safely at his side for when it would matter most. The island was a graveyard of stone. Statues of warriors, frozen mid-stride, littered the ground in every direction, testament to Medusa's curse. Perseus placed the cap upon his head and vanished from sight, moving silently past the stone remains of those who had come before him. He found Medusa resting near a pool of dark water, her serpent hair writhing even in her stillness, alongside her two immortal Gorgon sisters sleeping nearby. Perseus raised Athena's polished shield, angling it carefully until Medusa's sleeping reflection appeared clearly upon its surface. Moving with careful, measured steps, Perseus approached, his eyes fixed only on the mirrored image before him, never once glancing at Medusa directly. Medusa stirred, sensing an unseen presence, her serpents hissing in warning as she began to wake. With his eyes locked on her reflection alone, Perseus swung Hermes' curved blade in a single decisive strike. Medusa's cursed form fell still forever, and from the wound sprang forth the winged horse Pegasus, born in that very instant of her death. Perseus quickly placed Medusa's severed head into the magic satchel without ever looking upon it directly, sealing it safely away. The commotion woke Medusa's immortal sisters, who rose with furious shrieks upon discovering their sister's fate. Still wearing his cap of invisibility, Perseus fled swiftly on his winged sandals, the Gorgon sisters searching blindly for an enemy they could not see or hear. Perseus soared over the sea, Medusa's head safely sealed away, carrying with him a weapon more powerful than any blade forged by mortal hands. The impossible task was complete, but Perseus's journey home was only just beginning, and an even greater trial awaited him along the way. That, however, is a saga for another day.